Hello everyone, this is Evo and welcome to everything you need to know about the upcoming patch for Guardian Tales Global Server. So without further ado, let us run through all the contents that is to come in the upcoming patch. So first of all, we have the Giant Capsule Machine. So the rewards are as such: you get your Hero Crystals as well as your gem in one compartment, and you get your mileage ticket as well as Legend Awakening Stone in another one, and lastly you get your Limit Break Hammer, your Option Stone, as well as other goodies in the last one. So personally, don't ask me which one is the best one. In terms of rates itself, I think the gem one is better, because you have a 1% chance to get 400 gems, but with 400 gems, because it's not paid, you can't really do a lot except for buying stamina and exchanging for revive chances. So I can't really evaluate how much 400 gems will make. I myself went for the mileage tickets instead, because mileage ticket is internal, right? You can keep your mileage ticket for as long as possible and then go for units which you couldn't get from your regular gacha pools. So this is the one that I went for. And in general, Legend Awakening Stone is just really expensive. If you are maxing out your unit, you will start to see what I mean by that. So that's why I think this one is relatively valuable for me. But some people might think that this Legend Limit Breaking Hammer is really good, because they might have legend weapons such as Knight's Bow, right? You also have a few very good legendary weapons like Sohi's gun, Coco's weapon, so you might want to limit break that. And a 0.8% chance to get 5 option stone is really good, because even though this is only 0.8, whereas the gem one has a 1% chance, effectively every time you buy the option change stone, it's about 300 gems. So this alone, right, is worth 1,500 gems if you manage to get it. So if you're not looking at the big wins, we are looking at the general price. I think the rest is not that good, although 28.1 for magic metal. But in general, just pull this based on your personal preference. There isn't really like a big winner from this. If you are working on heroes trying to max limit break, and I think Hero Crystals is amazing. Right, if you're working on Ascension for Elvira and Craig, same thing, this is amazing. Then if you're somebody that is like for me, staying for the late game and stuff, then Mileage Ticket is also very good, because you need a lot of these to actually max out your unit at level 89. And then if you're working on your weapons, then this one is also amazing. So each one have their own strength, and every coin exchange will give you one capsule over here, and these are the rewards for all the capsules. So I'll scroll through and let you guys view it yourself. Okay, so nothing too spectacular in terms of the Giant Capsule Machine. And how do you actually get these coins on a daily basis? You go to your daily missions, right? So on a daily basis, you have the receive Princess Precious Gift, 1 coin, so on and so forth. So these are your daily missions, the one with the green tag. And obviously we have your summon missions as well as the resource usage missions. So over here, this is your evolution dungeon. So you clear it 60 times for 10. You clear it 30 times for 5, so I clear it 30 times already, so I got 5. And you clear 60 times for 10 more coins, so that is the evolution one. Then for resource dungeon, same thing, 30 times for 5, and then another 60 times for 10 more coins. And your summoning, right, 10 heroes all the way up to 40 times, and for equipment, 10 equipment up to 40 times as well. So there's also one more, achieve female might level 20, so you get coins for that as well. And this is how you get the currency for the Giant Capsule Machine. And with that, let us move on to the next part of the update. Okay, so next up is some improvement to guild raid. Basically, number one, they shortened the total duration to 7 days, right? So we are left with about 2 days. And obviously they also changed out the rewards. Total rewards dropped a little bit, right, overall, because the duration greatly shortened, so I don't think it's very feasible to give the same amount of rewards. But because nowadays, if you consider the fact that you're spending half the time to get these rewards, it's actually okay. So that's for the rewards part. And then they also change out the participation rewards, so the total amount of coins you get, or rather battle medals you get, is roughly the same. And for stamina, they actually dropped it, so everything sort of have a rescaling, and nothing too crazy about it. It's just shortening of the whole thing and rebalancing the rewards. So with that, let me move on to the next part. Moving towards the Camazon shop, we'll look at the new package. So there's also a gem event shop going on. So we have your usual lucky pouch, coffee machine, and on top of that, there's a exclusive equipment box for 4,000 gems. I think it's quite worth it, because it's a guaranteed exclusive weapon. You spend the price of about 15 to 16 summons for guaranteed EX. It's quite valuable in my take. If you're super unlucky, then this is definitely something you should get, because yeah, the value that you get just off the gems is quite a bit. And there's also the option change stone, so 3 for 600, you can purchase it on a weekly basis. So whether or not it's weekly or daily, right, it's all at the top left hand corner. So coffee machine, lucky pouch, as well as weakening dungeon box, they're all daily. And for the weekly one, it's strengthening hammer, your magic metal box, your option change stone, as well as all your legendary awakening stone. So these are the ones that you want to buy on a weekly basis. So just purchase it based on how much resources you have left. If you're will, you can buy everything, buy it, because I think honestly speaking it's great value. You save like 100 gems of each option change stone, and option lock stone you save even more, because this resource is actually very rare. It is not really sold within the game except for within the Battle Metals shop. So, and it's for 60 per option lock stone. So that's my value for the event shop. Then looking at the package itself, there's a special sale package, 30 controller, 300 stamina for about 20 plus Sing dollars. I think it's okay. Like it is probably one of the better value pack, because if you look at this, right, this is 35 and 2,700 for about 40 Sing dollars. So you are not too far off in terms of the controllers. Even though you are like getting less gems, you're paying a lot less, and you are getting 300 stamina. So I think this one is probably the most valuable one in this pack. And there's also the limited gem package as usual. So these two are usually for the mid high tier spender. Then there's a limited stamina package, 1k stamina, and that's it for the new packages. Then in terms of the hero costumes, we have the Bounty Hunter Future Knight, as well as the Living Elvira. So number one, I think Future Knight is seeing some use. So it's okay if you do use it and you want to have a different design to Future Knight. But Elvira, I think because of the Ascension patch, right, people are starting to use her. So 300 gems for a little bit of cosmetic for Elvira. If you want it, feel free to get it. Then for the equipment portion, there isn't any new equipment, right? So this one are all repeats. I'll buy this wired microphone. So that's it for the Amazon shop. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, I'll talk about some of the quality of life changes. They are all pretty major in my honest take, because it's going to save you a lot of time. So number one is the re-challenge function. So there are certain stages where you play and then you kind of miss the time, or you miss the score, especially for the latest content expedition. So if you click on the pause thing, right, so if you go continue, click on the pause, there will actually be a retry button. So if you click on it, right, it will just simply reset the stage. So this reset feature applies for Mirror Dungeon, for your usual dungeon, your Expedition normal stage, your Expedition boss stage, as well as the unexplored stage. So I'll see this mostly being used in the Expedition itself, because Expedition is a point to time basis. So sometimes if you realize that, hey, I'm not going to make it, you can reset it so that you can save up your coffee itself, because of how the game mechanics work in Guardian Tales. And other than that, right, they also expanded the party preset slot all the way to 30, right? So you get a lot more slots, so you can plan your team for a lot more like different stuff over here. So as you guys can see, 30 slots. And another thing that they made better is improvements to the upgrading of your units as well as their weapons. So let me go to my heroes page. I'll go to this one. So over here we have Lorraine. So you click on level up. You can actually click the max level up to get it to level 84, or you can actually click on max level up and then click the setting and set it to level 60 over here. So why level 60 again? Because it is one of the levels for the gems within the book knowledge. So this is one of the convenience quality of life update. And other than that, it's the same thing for the weapon side. So if you go to the inventory, go to your weapon, so we have this water mirror accessory. So there's this level 60 option. So what this does is it matches the amount of resources required to level up your equipments to level 60. So if you click on it, it's level 62. Then if I switch it to the lower tier hammer, right, it's level 60. So this is how the level 60 enhancement work. And other than that, they also have the item collection improvement. So it's just for easier viewing for this case. So if I go to the item viewing, if I click on it right over here, you can hide completed collection. So you can just see like what are the collections that you haven't collected yet. So it's easier for you to sort of sort up your inventory and plan on what to buy moving forward in the game. So all these are amazing. I think a little bit too late for old players such as myself, because we have a lot of stuff already, and a lot of our accounts are like maxed out in terms of all this collection. But for the newer players coming into the game, they probably will be overwhelmed by the sheer amount of contents. So all these quality of life improvement definitely makes it better for newcomers to join the game and adapt to the game itself. And with that, let us move on to the last part of this. Okay, last part of the video, we'll talk about the hero buffs and changes. So first of all, we have Ice Witch Lupina. A lot of Lupina's improvement is not shown in the numbers itself. So the normal attack for Dark Wolf have its speed increased, as well as the movement speed of Lupina increasing as well, but they don't reflect it over here. And other than that, they also improve the special ability description. So when using normal attack, increase the movement speed and range by 25% and increases the damage of the Dark Wolf, which is the normal attack, by another 25%. So basically a 25% increase to movement speed, range, as well as normal attack. And other than that, there's also an additional line to Amarok. So summon up to 2 extra Dark Wolves with 40% chance. On hit, leaves a scar and inflict 2 of DPS damage as injury damage. So activate once every 60% seconds. Okay, so okay, this part, right, it's inflicts 60% of DPS damage, activates once every 2 seconds. So a little bit more damage for Lupina, but unfortunately I haven't really seen Lupinas being used. I guess this change is more so for the PvP side, that more so than the raid, because the raid dark team is just so stacked. But right now, if you guys realize, right, I'll just let you guys see Masters Arena. Nobody's even trying the new Lupina out, even though like, hey, the buff seems really OP and shit, right? But yeah, people are using all the other comps you can think of. So yeah, instead of Lupina, you have all the other comps. Oh yeah, there's a Lupina. So your new crit user. So we have a top 10 guy using it. Right, so that's one thing. So I guess the buff sort of made her a little bit better in the melee crit team, because her normal attack hits a lot faster, so you can chase after your opponent and then just hit them, because the range is not longer, but the speed of the wolf is actually a lot faster, 1.5 times. And obviously Lupina has a little bit of chase with a 10% movement speed boost, so that's why she's probably a better PvP unit. Probably not going to see as much use in raid, because yeah, the dark element is just way too stacked in terms of the raid side. So with that, we talk about the next unit. So the next unit is another uber old unit, and that is none other than Lan. So for Lan's case, they actually improved her special ability by a little bit, or rather I'll say that it's quite big, because it activates when the HP is lower than 60%. So there's no way your opponent is going to burst you down from 60. So yeah, this is amazing. And you can activate every 30 seconds. So they didn't really change the duration, but the activation requirement is a lot better. So I think this one actually might be better in a Colosseum setting, where as long as your HP reaches 60%, you get like a massive heal. And since the Colosseum time span is a lot longer, more than 30 seconds, you can effectively proc this over multiple cycles. So you proc it earlier, and you can proc more cycles of it. So that's one good thing for Lan. Maybe for Colosseum. And for raid, nah, not gonna see. It's a hit buff, it's a HP buff, so she's not gonna see use there. Then other than that, she already got buffed in terms of her weapon skill speed, but still not, I just still don't see a lot of Lan. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much. I think she's a very niche weapon skill HP buff unit. So that's that. Then we have Dark Magician Beth. Okay, so Beth is quite massive in a way. I think this prioritize her attack to range dealers or enemies far away is very good to counter specific teams. Like she's probably gonna be super amazing against mono basic teams. But don't use her against mono, like she'll still die. And one more thing about her is that she has this ability to just charge into multiple enemies and get like up to 60% damage reduction. So like it actually fits her kit. Like she goes into a lot of people and try to like cut you down. And because she's a lot tankier when she goes into a lot of people, especially like you're playing against Ara or even Noxia, the buff is probably going to be maximized. So I think overall Beth is getting to a state where she's probably going to be usable in multiple contents already. Like other than just being Tower or Camazon Queen, she's probably gonna see more use in Arena because 20% base damage reduction is pretty decent. Not the best, but decent. Then the prioritize her attack to range dealers will make her really good to chase the back lines in Colosseum. So Beth, amazing. Then we also have Parvati. So Parvati's buff is a lot more to the animation, but Parvati's animation is really very shitty. So where's Parvati? Yeah, Parvati over here. So Parvati actually got a minor buff in terms of the wire not reaching the wall, right? In terms of the Colosseum side. So just minor improvements, but Parvati is an amazing unit in Colosseum. People are using her already. And other than that, they also improved the damage output for the wires itself from 100% to 120%. A little bit better for Arena and especially so for the Colosseum side. Kind of forgot about Chrome's part when I was recording the previous part, but Chrome just got a really minor AI improvement for her weapon switching mechanics. Nothing too big about it. And lastly, we talk about the absolutely new stuff. So we have a Heavenhold comic episode 12, Heavenhold Counseling Corner, and a new minigame within the Guildhall arcade. So this one is the Christmas arcade game, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. So you can go to this arcade game, right? Click on it, and you'll see that there's a new mini game available. So if you're somebody who likes it, right, the new mini game is available for you to play. And thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye, guys.